Supreme Court's decision stirs controversy. Trump administration permitted to deport migrants from Djibouti to South Sudan. By Melissa Quinn, politics reporter. Washington, D.C. A Supreme Court made a significant ruling on Thursday affirming the Trump administration's authority to deport certain migrants from a U.S. naval facility in Djibouti to South Sudan. This decision also clarified the extent of an earlier order that had lifted constraints on deportations to countries not originally the migrants' homelands. Right after the Supreme Court's judgment, Assistant Secretary of Homeland Security Tricia McLaughlin remarked that the deportees would be relocated to South Sudan by July 4th, describing it as a victory for legal standards. But here's where things become more contentious. Attorney General Pam Bondi took to social media to express her support for the Supreme Court's decision, criticizing a district court judge for opposing the deportations and emphasizing that the administration continues to utilize its full power to expel violent criminal migrants. The contentious ruling stemmed from a fight over a federal judge's April injunction that blocked the Trump administration from deporting migrants to third countries without notifying them and providing an opportunity for them to raise concerns about potential threats like torture or persecution. After the Supreme Court's action, U.S. District Judge Brian Murphy upheld his decision from May that required the Department of Homeland Security to interview the migrants held at the Djibouti base before they were deported to South Sudan. These migrants, originally from Latin America and Asia, have been found guilty of serious crimes in the United States and have endured challenging living conditions at the Djibouti base, including high risk of malaria, inadequate security, and exposure to extreme heat. Now, on to the controversial aspect. The Trump administration firmly believes that the conditions in South Sudan are not as dangerous as some critics argue. The administration highlighted that South Sudan's government has given assurance that the migrants will be safe from torture. However, critics like Justice Sonia Sotomayor decry that this move disregards the probable risks of torture or death awaiting these deportees in South Sudan. And this is the part most people miss. The appellate court's decision is a crucial win for the administration's strategies around deporting migrants to locations without citizenship ties. By lifting the previous constraints, the Supreme Court has empowered the Trump administration to continue its efforts to negotiate with countries willing to accept deportees who are not their nationals. Do you agree with the Supreme Court's decision? Or do you think more safeguards should be in place for such deportations? Share your thoughts and engage in the discussion below.